This presentation is nitrogen removal from water. In wastewater, nitrogen and phosphorus are most important nutrients for growth of microorganisms and plants and animals. Nitrogen is important in synthesis of proteins. Nitrogen data will be required to evaluate treatability of wastewater by biological processes. Nitrogen has different sources that may be natural or man-made. The man-made sources consist of runoff from urban areas, municipal wastewater, drainage from agricultural areas, industrial waste, whereas natural sources consist of precipitation, dust fall, non-urban runoff, and biological fixation. The man-made sources major part of man-made sources is urea from urine, food waste, chemical cleaning agents, and industries. Nitrate enters the water through various pathways. Most abundant contributor in municipal wastewater is urea entering through urine. Other sources are food processing waste, chemical cleaning agents, and many other industries. Higher level of nitrogen entering natural waters can result in toxic conditions to wildlife, dissolved oxygen depletion, or excess algal growth in the water bodies. Nitrogen is present in wastewater in various forms, which is considered in separate categories. Nitrogen in the form of ammonia is considered ammonia nitrogen. There is also nitrite nitrogen and nitrate nitrogen, which are usually formed in the actual biological process in wastewater treatment plants. In addition to these forms, nitrogen is present in small percent in the cells of microorganisms present in the system, as well as other dissolved organic components. This category is considered as organic nitrogen. The total nitrogen is the sum of these forms. Total Kjeldahl nitrogen, named after scientist Johan Kjeldahl, is sum of all the organic nitrogens and ammonia nitrogen. TIN, or total inorganic nitrogen, is total nitrogen minus organic nitrogen. Due to natural reaction in water, majority of the organic nitrogen is immediately hydrolyzed into ammonia. Most of this ammonia is automatically converts to ionic form ammonium. The equilibrium between the gases and ionic form of ammonia is affected by the pH of water. More acidic solution favors anionic form ammonium, and more basic favors gaseous form ammonia. Since most of the wastewater is the range of 6 to 9, all of the ammonia will be in the ionic form. The next step in the process consists of conversion of ammonium to nitrite and then to nitrate. These two steps process is termed as nitrification, is facilitated by a specialized autotrophic bacteria. What is autotrophic mean? There are two types of organisms based on their requirement: autotroph and heterotroph. Autotroph obtain their carbon from non-organic carbon sources such as carbon dioxide and alkaline bicarbonate. Heterotrophs, on the other hand, require organic sources of carbon. Heterotroph gets carbon by consuming other organic compounds. Humans and animals are the good examples. In contrast to heterotrophic BOD consuming bacteria, autotrophic nitrifiers require more time to mature and maintain their population in the biological wastewater treatment. How fast nitrifier grows depends upon temperature of wastewater and amount of dissolved oxygen present. Higher temperature and DO concentration means faster growth, and lower temperature and dissolved oxygen means slower growth. Also, with no dissolved oxygen is present, nitrifier becomes completely inactive. About 4.5 milligrams of oxygen is utilized per milligram of ammonia nitrogen. Nitrifiers are very sensitive to pH. They work effectively and efficiently in the water for a pH range of 6.8 to 7.5. For higher pH range, they will not work. Once sufficient population of nitrifiers has developed in the system, the first step performed largely by a group of organisms who takes the ammonia and dissolved oxygen and convert it into acid, water, nitrate and energy. 3.43 milligram of oxygen is utilized per milligram of ammonium. The system needs sufficient alkalinity, else acid produced may cause acidic conditions resulting major process hiccup. Water produced is absorbed in the system, nitrates gets further processed and energy is utilized by bacteria to grow and multiply. Second step, in which the group of microorganisms known as nitrite oxidizers takes the nitrite and more dissolved oxygen and convert it into nitrates and energy. Here about 1.14 milligram of oxygen is utilized per milligram of nitrite nitrogen. Nitrate is still in the system in the form of microorganisms and nitrates. Nitrates contribute to eutrophication, and if they get into the water supply can cause blue baby syndrome in infants. Hence, to remove that nitrogen, the final step of completely removing nitrogen from the system is called as denitrification. Since nitrification is converting ammonia to nitrate, one could think that denitrification is the reversal process. Confusingly, fortunately, this is not the case. Denitrification is performed by specialized heterotrophic bacteria. These organisms require very specific conditions. They need some food in the form of BOD. In order to oxidize BOD, they need oxygen. The easiest way and the first choice of oxygen is dissolved oxygen. If there is no dissolved oxygen present, they look for alternate source such as nitrates. These specialized organisms have ability to take the oxygen from nitrate molecules to satisfy their needs. This critical condition where dissolved oxygen is not present and the nitrates are present is termed as anoxic and is required for denitrification. These bugs takes the nitrogen and BOD to produce energy, base and nitrogen gas. The base is useful in the buffering the acid produced during nitrification. The nitrogen gas is then floats to the surface in teeny bubbles and enter the atmosphere. Now see some of the gas bubbles which are coming out in the wastewater treatment plant. Those are of nitrogen gas bubbles. Thank you.